Welcome back, everyone, to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling one of the absolute most frustrating, nagging issues that plagues pretty much anyone trying to stay active. I'm talking about that joint pain that just straight up refuses to go away. You know the exact feeling, right? Your elbow used to handle pull-ups like it was nothing, and now it literally struggles to open a jar of pickles. So what actually changed? Why do these weird little tweaks seem to stick around forever? Well, let's dive right in and figure out exactly why your tendons aren't healing the way you want them to.
My tendon will heal in 36 hours whether it likes it or not. Man, we have all heard it, haven't we? This is that classic gym bro mentality that so many of us fall victim to. It's the exact lie we tell ourselves right after our elbow starts making that ominous clicking sound. We kind of just think, hey, I'll push through it, force my body to adapt, and I'll just shake it off by the weekend. But as you're going to see today, this stubborn refusal to rest is exactly how you take a totally minor tweak and turn it into a year-long nightmare.
So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover 1. The 36-hour healing myth. 2. The anatomy of a tendon. 3. The 10-minute breaking point. 4. Tendonitis versus tendinopathy. 5. The real recovery timeline. And finally 6. Rebuilding with proper form.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the 36-hour healing myth.
And moving right into Section 2, anatomy of a tendon.
Okay, so you gotta realize your body relies on a few different types of connective tissue. Now, they're all mostly made of collagen, sure, but they have totally different day jobs. Ligaments, they connect bones to bones. Fascia, that connects muscle to muscle. But tendons? Tendons are the guys connecting your muscles to your bones. Think of your tendons as these crazy high-tension cables that actually make your body move. When your muscles contract, all that generated force has to go somewhere, right? It goes straight through your tendons, which pull on your bones, and that's what lets you lift, throw, or basically do anything requiring your skeleton to cooperate. Because of this massive load, they need to be absurdly strong.
And how they get that strength is actually super fascinating. If you look at this really cool animated breakdown, you can see how each tendon is basically made up of bundles. But inside those bundles, smaller internal bundles. And inside those, even smaller bundles. It's kind of like that movie Inception, you know? But instead of dreams, it's just tightly wound rope all the way down until you finally hit these microscopic collagen fibers that are doing the actual heavy lifting.
Now check this out. On the left, we've got a healthy tendon. Notice how beautifully packed those collagen fibers are? They're perfectly parallel, lined up right next to each other like highly organized cables. This parallel structure is everything. It gives them incredible strength and even acts like a spring, storing energy when you land and releasing it when you push off. But then, look over on the right. That is an injured tendon. The whole structure just completely falls apart. The fibers are scattered, disorganized, tangled. Honestly, it's just a scrambled mess.
Which brings us to Section 3, the 10-minute breaking point. So here's the wild part. The crucial threshold for tendon loading is exactly 10 minutes. That's it. Studies show that after exactly 10 minutes of heavy loading, your tendons literally stop getting the biological signal to grow stronger. You've peaked. If you keep hammering away at the tendon after that 10-minute window, especially before it's had a chance to repair the previous microtears, the rate of damage starts rapidly outstripping the rate of healing. Which kind of forces us into this sarcastic but very necessary reality check. You are not Alex Honnold free solo climbing Taipei 101. You might feel super hardcore pushing through a grueling 2-hour session of the exact same repetitive movement, but biology doesn't care. Pushing past that 10-minute window just piles up micro tears without giving you an ounce of extra strength. None.
Let's move to Section 4, tendonitis versus tendinopathy.
So, say you finally cave and go to a doctor. They're probably going to toss one of these two terms at you. Tendonitis is acute inflammation from a recent injury. And hey, that inflammation you're feeling, it's actually a good thing. It's your body's active healing process, bringing increased blood flow and repair cells right to the area. But tendinopathy? Oof, that means this has been going on for a while because, well, you ignored it. It is chronic degradation. The real villain here isn't the first time you tweaked it, it's the fact that you stubbornly keep re-injuring the tendon before it ever finishes healing. On to Section 5, the real recovery timeline.
All right, brace yourselves, because here is biology's actual, factual timeline. Initial repair? That takes a few days. Early full healing? You're looking at least 6 weeks. And true full recovery? That can take up to 6 months. Yeah, not 36 hours. 6 months. Your body operates on its own incredibly strict schedule, and I promise you, your tendon absolutely does not care that you have a beach vacation coming up in 4 weeks. You literally cannot rush this.
Finally, Section 6, Rebuilding with Proper Form. Okay, so what's the scientifically sound way to actually fix the damage? It's all about eccentric exercises. If you don't know, this is any movement where you are lengthening the muscle while it's under tension. The classic example is the lowering phase of a bicep curl. You're not just letting the dumbbell drop, right? You are slowly, purposefully fighting gravity on the way down as the muscle lengthens.
And eccentric loading is basically magic for your connective tissue. By doing this controlled lengthening under load, you're physically forcing those tangled, scrambled collagen fibers we saw earlier to lay themselves back down in the right direction. It essentially combs out the scattered fibers and restores that strong, dense parallel structure. Plus, a lot of doctors point out that this is heavily aided by stretching, just general movement, and gentle massage to make sure everything lines up nicely. But listen up, because here is the golden rule. Never, ever skip visual progressions. I'm serious. Most people break their tendons because they just never learned proper form from day one. They jump straight into these advanced movements that their tendons are absolutely not ready to handle. You need to use visual progressions. Take the time to study high-quality photos and videos to nail your form to build that foundational tendon strength before you try leveling up. Bad form is literally the root cause of these microtears.
And look, one last thing. Please stop ignoring that clicking sound in your elbow like it's a bad credit card bill you just don't want to open. Seriously, go see an orthopedic doctor. Not a random fitness forum, not your buddy at the gym, and definitely not your AI doctor. You need a proper diagnosis from a human professional to get a rehab plan that actually targets your specific injury.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Are you going to respect the biological process, put your ego aside, and do the actual eccentric work required? Or are you going to force the issue, ignore the science entirely, and find yourself sitting on the couch with a bag of frozen peas 6 months from now, wondering what went wrong? The choice and your long-term health is entirely up to you. Catch you guys in the next one.